What is the difference between plastering and plaster restoration? Hi, this is Philip Lamacchia with American School of Plaster Restoration. I've been doing plaster restoration since 1985, and I'm so excited to now be able to share with you all my tips, insights, skills, knowledge, so that you can become an expert plaster restorationist and even have your own company if that's what you want. Whenever I talk to customers or acquaintances about what I do, they always say something like plastering is a dying art. And while plastering is a dying art in many parts of the country, what we do is not plastering. What is the difference between plastering and plaster restoration? It's very simple. Plastering is a process of putting new material on a newly installed lath, usually in a new building. And it takes a crew of guys who are highly skilled using very specific materials. And it really isn't something that is done all over the country anymore. Ever since the advent of drywall, in most places, like where I live in the southeast of the United States, drywall has taken over so that anything after 1960 probably is just drywall. It isn't plaster. Whereas plaster repair is the process of repairing existing plaster. Existing plaster in my part of the country is anything before 1960. Every house, almost without exception, has plaster on it in some form or another. And over the years, that plaster degrades, it experiences water damage, attachment issues, stress cracks, bonding issues, different environmental problems like oil paint where things don't bond properly and start to peel. Any number of issues that degrade that surface and cause it to become unstable. And that's what plaster restoration is about. It is a different trade completely from plastering. And as such, we go about it completely differently than your average plasterer. Not to knock plasterers, they've got some great skills, and some of those skills can be translated to plaster repair. But the underlying understanding of what's going on and how to deal with it, that's not something plasterers are typically trained in. This is what our teachings are all about, how to understand what's going on and how to fix it, if possible, permanently. And that's the difference between plastering and plaster restoration. So if you want to learn how to properly repair plaster, how to understand what's going on, how to understand what type of system it is when you're looking at whether it's plaster over masonry, gypsum, metal lath, or wood lath, and all the weaknesses and strengths and what you're going to have to do to properly repair that, and how to explain that and educate the customer on those things, that's what we're teaching. So this program is for you if you feel like that is a valuable skill to have and to set yourself apart from not only painters who just may patch something with no real expectation of quality, but also set yourself apart from the plasterers in your area who maybe don't understand these things, because I can guarantee you plasterers don't always understand the issues that we're dealing with every day. So if this is what you want to learn and what you want to offer your customers in your area, this is the training for you. Look forward to seeing you on the inside, where you're going to see all kinds of videos that are going to teach you each and everything you're going to need to know to properly repair these old houses. Looking forward to seeing you on the inside.